Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome here to another episode of the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are coming to you at the speed of sound on these sweet airways from the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke, and today we are taking a little look back on some of our previous Velocity Chaos episodes as we just hit the milestone of 75 episodes recorded and released to you, beautiful people that have supported us all this way, and we hope that there's many more that you tell about the Velocity Chaos Podcast, which we are truly enjoying doing this. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to take a little break, and we each wanted to go through the episodes, we look back, and just which ones kind of stuck out to us, you know, maybe a best of, maybe just most memorable, something that tugs on our heartstrings and sits dearly in our core, and it is just something that we felt that could be a really nice addition to maybe someone that hasn't heard of the Velocity Chaos Podcast. If you guys want to, you know, give out one of these episodes as like, hey, this is what they're about, and these are some of the ones that that truly speaks to them. So we're going to pick about 3-4 segments, and you know, of course, we can't forget about Aussie news. So we're going to top it off with some Aussie news segments, and I'll just go through what I got picked out here for. So back in episode 34. I had just found out about mattress sizes, and it blew my mind that there were mattresses as large as we present to you in this coming segment. Then we're going to follow that up with episode 52, Party Knowledge. Nick talked to us about Bagger 293. No, it's not some grocery store clerk. No, it's a massive earth-moving machine. And then we're going to move over to How Does It Do That? Episode 46, Lava Lamps and Rubik's Cubes. We talk about the cubies and the cubelets and the liquid motion lamps. I don't know if you can see it here right next to me, but we got the lava lamp. That segment of that episode, you know, caused me to buy the classic lava lamp for the Velocity Chaos Podcast. So if I didn't convince you, well, at least I convinced me. And then I want to wrap it up with our boat segment based on a true story from episode 37, Snozzbort Homecoming. I don't know if we actually landed on a title for that one, but it was just a wild ride, talking about wizards and spells and saving New Zealand. And it was just something where we could go off the rails, and something that hopefully looking forward as far as the boat segments go, that we can, you know, draw from this one and maybe some other the better ones, because it's actually something really difficult to do, is to pitch a movie on the spot when you have no idea of where it's going, but it's a lot of fun. And I think we had a lot of fun with Snozzbort, with Bumblebee Snozzbort, and Gray Squirrel Thumbtack and Sassafras Molasses, as you'll hear here. And then the final wrap-it-up segment of Aussie news, Australian news segment that we cap every episode. I want to do episode 50, Cross Country Bear, where we had our special, wonderful, magnificent guest, Mike Wendt, joining us for our 50th episode milestone. It was just a really fun time, and I felt like I had to add something in from that episode because we did it in front of a live audience, and thank you to Cleveland State University for hosting us to that, and just a wonderful, wonderful time. And we were kind of picking something from, you know, the 30 to 50, maybe 60, because, you know, the last 15 were in the last, you know, month or so those might be a little fresher. So we wanted to take a little deeper dive back into those about 30 or so episodes, but we'll see what Nick and DJ pick for their episodes, and then I think we're going to cap it off with a Buzzkill Bonanza coming at you, just a whole episode of some of our favorite Buzzkill moments. And so thank you guys, enjoy, and we appreciate all of your support. Thank you. Question, something that I just found out. What is the biggest size mattress?
California King.
Whatever Shaquille O'Neal sleeps on.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or Yao Ming.
See, that's what I thought. It was California King.
Uh-huh. Now you're about to tell me it's not?
It's not. There's something beyond California King. There's actually several steps beyond California King.
An Alaska king.
An Alaskan king.
Really?
Yeah.
No, are you joking?
No.
You gotta be kidding.
Nailed it. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, we're done. All right, move on.
Yeah, right. Show's over.
No, but yeah, I mean, what size bed's like normal? I think I think a queen size.
Yeah, I think probably most couples probably have a queen. He still sleeps in a hammock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I sleep in my living room. I don't even use a bed.
no, that's. I've been sleeping on the floor like ever since I started because back problems and like sleeping on a hard surface is supposed to, help promote back strength. And then, like in Japan, they sleep on like futons and stuff on the floor. At least what I'm getting for research. But yeah, like I used to sleep on a hammock too. Like,
Oh, for real?
yeah, for real. I have it over there.
I remember that. Wow, that was way back in the day. You had a bed in your room,
I did. And
but
then-
you chose to sleep in the hammock.
yeah, it's comfortable.
I remember that.
It's like camping.
It's
just,
soothing too.
it's like sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, just rock yourself calmly to
Like a
sleep.
whale baby, just swaddled up. All right, so okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
queen
so I
is
think
like the
Queen
most- yeah.
Queen is pretty average on being the biggest, or not biggest, but the most common.
Sure.
Are you guys like stomach sleepers? Well, you probably couldn't be a stomach sleeper on a hammock, or a back sleeper, side sleeper.
Just scorpion up.
Sprawled out. You got to work on like the arms out method when you're stomach sleeping. Let your arms and legs angle like a koala bear.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of hugging it.
Yeah. I'm a side sleeper. I think that's probably.
You got shoulder problems?
No, but I probably will be. I will be having them. I don't know, man. I guess I don't know if I have undiagnosed sleep apnea.
You diagnosed yourself.
diagnosed
You
myself.
checked WebMD.
So I can't sleep on my back, but if I sleep on my side or on my stomach, then I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar. Like I think I'm most comfortable on my stomach
Yeah.
until like the lower back starts hurting from dipping in. But yeah, back, I guess I get yelled at for snoring, so I get like a karate chop to the throat. So yeah, side or stomach most of the time.
Okay.
But yeah, so these bed sizes. So you got your twin XL, full, queen, king, California king. Like that's where I thought it ended.
Yeah.
And then there's so much more. I probably should have organized this a little better, but so it
In order of
goes.
sizes.
Then there's the Texas king.
Okay.
So a king, I think, is what 80 by 80. That's probably a question.
That's a California
I think
king
that's a
or
California
Or
king, 'cause
California king?
I think the regular king is 70 something.
What is it?
71. I think
That's my fault. I meant to do this research.
research.
Um,
You know what's funny? If you get an Alaskan king, you'd be safe from the karate chop. Because you'd be too far away. But you also might be far enough away that you can't even hear it. So you might have to invest in just
inverse square law is happening.
If a Luke snores in the Alaskan King mattress, is anyone around to hear it?
Yeah.
you just got to
Doesn't
tear
actually make
like
noise.
your whole top floor has to just be all the walls have to be knocked out.
You got to do it like they did in the 70s and put your like bed on. It's like into the ground. It's just a giant pool.
Oh
That'd be
It's a
yeah,
pool bed.
Yeah,
In those like
Bring back the water bed.
in the communal areas that are
I've always wanted one of those.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tripping hazards, but cool.
Real hard to vacuum.
swingers den.
Yeah, that's right. Just orgies. So yeah, king is actually wider than a California king.
Okay,
Or no, it's longer, and a California king is wider. Sorry, my bad.
got it.
Anywho, then we get into the Texas king, which is 80 inches by 98 inches.
Holy cow!
And let's just go with king size as a base
Yeah,
reference. So king size is 80 inches by 76 wide, so 80 long, 76 wide. And for reference of the most common queen, 80 inches long, 60 inches wide. So that's 5 feet wide and 80 inches long. You do the math, okay?
Got it.
We know with conversion,
6.5.
it's more than a meter.
6.5.
It's less than 7 meters.
Yeah.
So yeah, Texas king 80 inches by 98. Typical room size for that they recommend is a 12-foot by 14-foot room. At least minimum, bare minimum.
That's like almost 75% of the room.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah, the woman wants a king size bed. I'm like, where are we gonna put it? We gotta just like get in the door and jump from there, like just to get on it. Like,
Yeah.
You just have to have. That's why they call it a bedroom. Just make the entire room bed.
Good point. That's a good point.
I'm for converting closets. Like if you have a walk-in closet, just throw a bed in there. You sleep in the closet, and then that way you come out of the closet every morning, and you got
ready to go.
Yeah, you got this whole room that you can do activities or warm up.
We've gotten it wrong all these years. You pioneer that.
I will. And
Lead the way.
anything could be a bedroom, really. It's what I dictate, right?
Well, there are people who in Hong Kong who live in closets. Have you seen those micro rooms?
Hey,
you should
more
check
power
this
to
out
them.
sometime. We'll cover it on an episode in the future.
I love the idea.
But it's nuts. These people have their whole space, their whole life organized they sleep in a closet, all their shelves hold all their.
But the Alaskan King, 108 inches by 108 inches. That's 9 feet by 9 feet.
What are you doing on that thing?
Having parties, hanging out,
Yeah.
Leave your lunch at the end.
There is one more for hanging out parties.
taking business meetings.
Yeah. You live your whole life on there. You probably convert it into a raft or something at some point.
You got to schedule your commute from getting off at you.
I see these pictures of just like these entire families just sitting on.
Yeah, that's. So let's read this description right here from the sleepfoundation.org. The most well-known of the oversized mattresses, this square-shaped mattress is wide enough to accommodate families that co-sleep with more than one children and long enough for tall sleepers that prefer to stretch out when they sleep. In fact, this is the longest oversized mattress size.
Does anybody not prefer to stretch out? There's people who want to just sit with the legs up at a 45-degree angle.
I prefer, fetal position.
Just the whole.
I sleep in a bathtub.
It's really funny. If you look at some of the diagrams online, there's a crib, there's a twin. They show little kids, and they show the full double, the queen, and you're going up and up and up, and then you get to the Wyoming king, and it's two people, a little baby, and a dog, and then the Alaskan king's just this is for the swingers. This is for the open relationships. This is for anybody who wants to have a really good time, because they got 4 adults just sitting there, just kind of
Who do you have help you move that thing?
How do you get
I feel like that's outside of case of beer territory.
Yeah. You have to build the house around this. There's no pulling this into the house.
You're getting a Alaskan king? Yeah, I'm out of town for the next 3 weeks.
Next 4 months, man.
Yeah.
I'm really busy that weekend.
Oh, good. We're moving in 5 months. Actually, well, then after that,
that's when I got COVID. So yeah, gonna have that then.
So here's actually the true biggest mattress size. Are you ready for these dimensions?
Jeez.
There's a family, which I'm just gonna skip over, but then there's a family XL. Which it's 4 inches longer, but still the same length. 144 inches. That's 12 feet.
Oh my God.
12 feet by what? 8 feet? Is that what that comes to? Or 84?
12 feet by 12 feet?
So what? 72 is 6 feet, and then 84 would be 7 feet. So that's 12 feet by 7 feet.
Wow.
So that's for the orgies, because that's.
I would just if I would just you have 3 kids. You buy a giant bed. You're you guys figure it out. Thunderdome.
Fight for dominance.
Thunderdome this. You go for it. Oh man, that'll teach him. That'll teach him how to grow up and accept other people.
There's still some jerk that's going to be driving that down the highway on their minivan.
Taking off.
Just one strap.
Clapping.
They got the plastic on it. It's
Yeah. It flies off and just takes out a Kia, just completely it's gone, just obliterated.
Just crushed.
Boom.
Yeah, one asshole in their little Honda Civic.
Yeah.
It's touching in front of the car and behind the car on the ground.
They get home, the whole front's just shaved off from just asphalt.
I thought this was supposed to be 12 feet. It's only 11 feet 6 inches.
Shaved off. Oh man. You guys got any parties coming up?
Totally.
Toads.
So many.
Toads, bro. Anyway, Just I'm gonna let Say It Ain't So just off the hook on that one. We know you're busy. Your little calendar is busy and booked. Anyway, what I need you to do right now is I need you to go to Google and I need you to type in Bagger 293. If you're at home, also do the same on your computer, your iPhone, your Android, whatever device you have that connects to the internet. I promise it won't be a virus. Haha, just kidding. Now I have your bank account. No, Bagger 293.
Is this like a Walmart person cashier?
Bagger 293 is a hero of our story today. He has been a greeter at Walmart for 80 years.
He's a real American hero.
He's the first Android greeter at Walmart against his wishes. Anyway, no, sorry. That was a huge divergence. We are getting into Party Knowledge. Party Knowledge is a segment where we're going to drop some facts on you, and we are going to talk about something that you will be able to bring up in a conversation at a party right before you get really tipsy. Because these are going to be hard to remember.
Or after you get really drunk.
Or after you get really... This one would be a sweet one. Bro, there's this giant saw. It's like 300 feet tall. It's like 738.2 feet long. And it is the world's heaviest vehicle. Weighing in at 14,200 tons.
That's a lot of tons.
That's
a
ton of
tons.
I feel bad for DJ Satan, so I got a little loud on that one. But anyway, those were all real numbers, guys. The Bagger 293 is the heaviest land vehicle to exist. It is a giant mining vehicle.
It's a commuter.
Yeah, if you want to take 3 weeks to get to work, literally, that's how long it took the Bagger 293 to get the 80 miles from where it was built to its job site, which is a giant coal mine in eastern Germany. It took 3 weeks traveling at 1 kilometer per hour, which we know with conversion is definitely less than 7 miles per hour.
Yes.
It got there in a total of 3 weeks. That's how slow this thing goes. It's a slow mover.
They should have built the factory closer.
They should have built the factory on the machine.
Yeah.
And then the machine could have taken essentially its birth canal with it. But anyway,
the factory becomes the machine.
It's a transforming thing. It's like, wow, that's really that. Wow, that's crazy. That'd be funny if it was a building and then it slowly got taken apart and in its place is like left this giant machine.
Opens like a lotus, if you will.
Metamorphosis.
Anyway, it was built in 1995, and it superseded the Bagger 288, I believe.
They just jumped 5. They're like,
They're
this
just like,
one's so big. We're just going 93 on it.
Crank it up, man, to 11. No, 5, just 5. All right, fine, crank it up 5. Fine. Jeez, Mom.
Cranking it to 5, yeah?
Cranking it to 5, y'all.
This thing is a monster.
This thing is a beast. And if you've looked it up at this point, which I hope you have at home, I know Luke's looking at it. DJ, are you looking at it? Say it ain't so.
Big time.
No, you're not supposed to say it.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Anyway, this thing essentially is a giant saw on an arm that just is protruding out into space. And essentially what this thing does is just clears like...
forests.
It's like, no, it's a mining machine.
Oh, mining. Oh.
So it can move 8.5 million cubic feet per day. That's like a football field size hole, 80 feet deep.
Jesus Christ.
Don't
Can't have it.
There's 5 other these giant excavators in the world, and the same company's built all of them. And
how long did it take for those ones to get to their destination?
It's like you only can have them in Germany. Why? Because they can't get out of Germany. Yeah. The one is still driving over to like Moscow. It's just like it's taken 10 years to get there, but it'll get there. And when it does, man, we're gonna move a lot of dirt, a lot of doit all over the place. What do you think the price tag on this puppy is?
I mean, we're looking at 14.2 thousand tons times the speed and the revelation of, this is a lot of money. We're, I'd say 1.4 billion.
Wow.
Is that too much?
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Okay.
$1 billion vehicle. That's great. I mean, it's a good guess.
This is moving. This is moving football fields.
Yeah, yeah. Luke's like, I've never built anything in my
Yes.
life. How am I supposed to guess how much this would cost?
346 million.
Oh, okay, closer. We're reverse. We're in reverse. Prices right.
$2.7 billion.
Okay, going the other way. DJ was way closer.
Oh.
$100 million
okay.
USD.
Oh, we could do that.
We could.
We're gonna start a crowdfund raiser.
Indiegogo campaign. We might have to do.
Bagger 294 coming at you.
They're like, yeah. How much did you raise? We're like $2,000. What can you get us for $2,000? They're like, we could give you a bagger 000.1.
The steering
What's that?
wheel.
How much? Yeah. Or they just like send you little like die-cast vehicles.
Yeah.
How much can it move? Like 3. 3 what?
Graham.
Frosted Flakes.
3 grams of rice a day.
Hey, that would get to the job site quicker than Bagger 293, though.
Yeah, because you could throw it.
You put it in your Gauss gun and shoot it across.
Episode 51.
Check out last episode.
So I bring this up for your next party. You can talk about it. You can open by saying, have you guys ever seen the Ghost Rider movies? To which everyone will reply with,
Of course.
oh, that's going for a dead silence.
No.
But it was in the second Ghost Rider film where Nick Cage as Johnny Blaze takes over. He takes over one of these giant bagger 200 something, and it's cool because it starts on fire and starts whipping around and
That's
getting
pretty
stuff.
badass.
So that was cool.
Was it Bagger 666?
Hell yeah.
If they didn't, they should have made it that.
Bagger 66696.
Nice.
And so yeah, that's it. So just gonna run through these facts again, and we will, I'll open it up to the floor really quick. But world's heaviest land vehicle, 14,200 tons. That's your trivia question. That will be the guesser, and that will be the fact that you can drop on them. The height, 314.9 feet. That's man, you fall off that thing. Length 738.2 feet. All right, so 314.9 by 738.2. And one last thing, this is probably the more interesting thing. It takes 5 people to drive this. I just picture like 5 guys just like pulling a bunch of levers, just 9. And then outside the vehicle is just like
Snail space.
we're going to crash. Nothing happens. What are you steering? Steering? It's like you have weeks to make a decision.
Tree! The tree about 6 miles in front of us, I think.
And the captain of the bagger is just like, "Den Ansitzer." Like destroys.
Yes.
Yes.
Just a cult that runs the whole Saw. It's like the Bagger 293 king, and he sits on the throne. It's like all charcoaly and steamy. And shit. We push forward to Russia, yeah. It's like it's gonna take a couple years.
For you.
Do you have to get certified in this, or is this just like, hey, Hans, get in here. We need another.
I think they take an assessment, but it's a patience assessment.
Yeah,
If I was riding in that thing, I'd be like, all right, I'm done. I'm going home. Forget this. But we're paying you $100,000 a year to run this. Yeah, I don't care. It's taking forever.
The maneuverability test would take weeks.
Yeah. You got to hop on.
Oh, shit. You ran over a cone. Start over.
Is that something where you can like hop on Bagger like 19 and it's smaller? So you can do that one, still do the maneuverability, but then you still get certified for Bagger 293.
You're like popping wheelies in the bagger. You're like, back in my day, man, we were running baggers all over this town. What model were you in, old man?
Watch me
Model 100? Whatever. We drive the big boys. Get with the big boys.
Where do they park this thing? Or is it
Wherever you
wherever-
damn well please.
Nothing's stopping it. If it does try to, it's getting a saw to the
Literally,
face.
when they drove it just they just ran, like they just drove over a highway and like it was backed up for like 7 days. Like just,
Crush the highway.
yeah.
We crushed the Autobahn, yeah. We drive here now.
exactly how that went down.
Now, I want to learn us a little bit about a couple of little things. One's more bigger, but one's little.
One's more bigger.
One is more bigger. And I'm going to explain to you in words such as this, because how does it do that?
How?
Lava lamps. How does it do that? And I want to get into Rubik's Cube. Just real quick on both of them, right? Why not?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Okay, we say, how does it do that? What is a lava lamp doing? What's the verb?
It's lavaing.
It's just living, man.
It's lamping. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's just living, man.
It's just being what it is.
Groovy, bruh.
We are the lamp, bro. The lamp is us.
Hey, man, have some of this fennel pollen, bruh.
Gonna make you feel all right.
Put that anus up your nose, bruh.
It's a good anus. They're liquid motion lamps is what they are.
So they're motioning. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, they're motion.
Sorry.
Of the ocean.
Motion of the ocean.
Of the lamp.
You can check it out from your waterbed, bro.
You guys have lava lamps?
We got to stop saying bro on this show, from what I've heard.
From what I've heard.
No more bro talk. All right. Do I have a lava lamp? No.
Bruh.
No, I don't have a lava lamp.
Have you ever?
Yeah.
You guys
Of college.
Of course. Right. That was the time to have it.
When I had the shaggy hair and the shaggy dog, you know.
It's in your van, dude.
Yeah. Those meddling kids all had those lava lamps.
I just thought they were interesting. So, invented by Edward Craven Walker. Two last
Walker,
names. Craven Walker. What?
What
It's Craven Walker.
Wes Craven?
Yeah. Ed West Craven Walker.
Okay, got it.
Edward Craven Walker.
Edward Craven walking. Got it.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, did I spell it wrong?
No, you got it.
Oh.
This is backwards in my notes.
Oh, my bad.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he was the founder of Mathmos, which is the lava lamp producer, or the original. They're the lighting company best known for the lava lamp. And so he launched the first lava lamp, quote unquote, the Astro in 1963 to instant enduring popularity.
So really quick, lava lamp is the item, but there's models of lava lamps.
They're different kinds. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, it's not just, erect lava lamp.
Yeah.
There's other ones, like some are like spaceships and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. What was that model called? The Astro?
The Astro.
Got it.
So Ed says, this is what Ed says about lava lamps. I think it'll always be popular. It's like the cycle of life. It grows, it breaks up, falls down, and then starts all over again. What such wisdom.
Such wisdom. It's all contained right there in the glass.
Right there in front of your eyes. That's the meaning of life.
Dude, I'm going to go buy a lava lamp now.
Right?
I've gone too long without a lava lamp in my life.
I'm just going to put one over there, and just so we can, or we'll just put one right here in the middle.
Velocity Chaos colors.
Yeah.
Got it. Can we get, that is perfect.
Yeah.
The chaos lamp.
I like it.
Like
It's done. All right, we're going to stop this episode, get one, and
Don't
then come
touch
back.
it, though. Man, that's the one thing I know about lava lamps. They are scalding.
So Craven Walker, before we get into how it works, he developed the original design from an egg timer using two liquids that he saw in a Dorset pub. Dorset, if you're unaware, it's a country in southwest England on the English Channel coast. So just a little tidbit, little factoid for you right there. And he spent years developing this into a light for manufacturing, initially using cocktail and orange squash bottles. So, So you can... If you go up, we have the website. I'll put it in the show notes.
Brought that up, squash. What I know a couple episodes ago, squash is that flavored condensed juice that you shouldn't drink without water. Got it.
It'll get you.
Now I know. Now I get it. Because that is shaped like a squash bottle.
Yeah.
From being, in England a few times. I've seen them.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you would know more than we would.
Sorry.
No.
I'm still reeling that this isn't an American invention, but
it's
the
not.
60s in
This is England.
In England.
This is English invention.
This is England.
So you're reeling that it's not an American invention.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Oh, no.
But it makes a lot of sense.
It's
really
groovy, baby.
Yeah. Groovy, baby.
So getting into it, Mathmos is nearing 60 years of lava lamp production come 2023. These lava lamps are not meant to be thrown away, okay? So if you got a lava lamp and you're like, it doesn't work, you can always purchase replacement bottles and bulbs, even from the oldest lineups from the 60s. So they got it all. They got the whole smorgasbord. So how does it work? With the title of the segment, getting into it, lava lamps are liquid motion lamps. What you need for them to be effective are two liquids that are, one, very close in density, and two, insoluble in one another. So you're thinking, Luke, let's get some water and oil, put it in there. They don't go together. But wrong. The problem with oil and water is they're not close in densities. They're vastly different.
Huh.
So the lava lamps the globs in there are mainly made out of a paraffin wax with compounds like carbon tetrachloride.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. And then so it's added decreased density, and then the liquid floats in water or mineral oil with dyes and sparkles.
Water mineral oil. Is that the clear part? That's the clear part.
Yeah, that's the
I like this sciencey side of you, Luke. I like it.
I know things when I stay up till 1 a.m. and I don't stay up overnight.
I know things when I try.
Yeah. So now that you have your liquids, you can apply the heat, and via the light bulb, the heavier liquids absorb the heat. As it heats up, it expands. As it expands, it becomes less dense. And then because the densities are so close, the formerly heavily liquid that was at the bottom, the wax, gets lighter, floats to the top, and then the other bottom heats up, and then it starts to cool off, comes down slowly. And it's because it heats up so slowly and cools off so slowly, that's why you get that, the lava.
Yeah. The lava.
It's pretty neat stuff.
It is beautiful to watch a lava lamp. Can watch it for a long time.
Yeah. Just mesmerized.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
And then you get put some of those glow in the dark stars on your ceiling.
Yeah.
And maybe one of those spinning disco balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What else you got, man?
So with that, let's kick right into the Rubik's Cube.
Whoa, wait.
I thought you were just vibing out. And
I was vibing I'm like, man, you were like a lava lamp in that segment right there.
We were nice, cool, chill.
I just found out the largest lava lamp ever made was 4 feet tall.
That's big. That's a big boy.
10 gallons of stuff in it. Can we get that one right here? You couldn't even see DJ Chop Suey.
Yeah.
And then the most expensive one was $15,000.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing.
That.
Mathmos. I'm impressed that this company has been around since the 60s, just selling like bottled chemicals.
Diehard
with
fans,
a light
man.
bulb at the bottom.
Yeah.
But they never go old.
They don't. Like you might store it in your attic for a decade or two, but you're like, hey, babe, check this out.
But this makes me sad. This makes me sad that I don't know what happened to my college one, because I did have a college. It was like my school colors. Damn, I'm going to have to.
You get a new one, replace it.
Hey, babe.
Check it out.
Okay, cool.
Put it right next to the table.
Lava lamps, I'll get one.
Rubik's Cube.
Yes.
You guys know them. Have you ever done a Rubik's Cube? You've ever Rubik's the Cube
Yeah.
successfully?
Yeah.
Nice.
Does it count if I cheated?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you learn how, is it cheating?
That's true. That's true. I definitely looked at the codes, but I did one.
Yeah, but if you learn how, I mean, I don't think
then do you know? Has anyone actually ever figured it out is the question.
on their own without
On their own without
Probably.
hints.
Probably.
The way I learned how to do them is I solve most of it, and then I know 2 separate moves to get the corners.
Right.
That's,
I forgot how to do it, but I did know it.
You'll pick it up.
I did. I think my record of doing one was like under a minute.
Dang. If I do it like 3 minutes, I'm happy.
Yeah. I think I did it like 54 seconds.
Dang, this
Yeah.
guy.
I was right there with you. I was like 7 years.
Yeah.
I had to wait till the glue dried. So Rubik's Cube, it's a 3D.
I only let people turn it a couple times before I solved it.
Did
No,
you turn
no.
this one or this one?
Because you just, I'm not at that level where you're clicking it with your back fingers,
yeah,
but I
no.
could go.
I
mean,
look
think
down
about it.
on
A
those
minute,
people.
It's not crazy.
That's just memorization at that point.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, Rubik's Cube is a 3D combination puzzle invented in 1974 by Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture Erno Rubik.
Of course.
Originally, he called it the Magic Cube. So we could be talking about the Magic Cube right now in some alternate parallel universe. But no, we're talking about Rubik's
The
Cube.
Magic Cube.
1980, Rubik's Cube won German Game of the Year Special Award for Best Puzzle. As of March 2021, 450 million Magic Cubes have been sold worldwide, making it the world's best-selling puzzle game and best-selling toy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's the Bible of toys.
Yeah.
Leave it to the Germans to like. We're not going to put wheels on something. Your toy is going to be it's going to be a puzzle, yeah. It's going to be the puzzle. We make all of you smart.
Yeah. They appropriated that one.
Yeah. The Magic Cube.
So 1982, world record time to solve a cube, How fast? This was, I guess, 8 years
3.6.
after.
3.6.
3.6? Wow, that's... No, 22.9.
Okay, I'm going to change my answer. I don't think I solved one. I think I solved one like probably around 3. Yeah, probably 3. I'll say 2.56.
Yeah. And then, so today's world, single speed cube solve time, fastest 3.47 seconds by Yusheng Du.
Oh, wait. I'm going to change my
Single-speed
answer
cube?
back to under a minute.
Yeah. And then, so the fastest average solve time for 5 solves, so taking out the high and the low, is 5.9 seconds. So that's 5 solves, remove highest and lowest time, and then average.
Wow.
That's by Timon Kolesinski.
Those Rubik's Cube tournaments are kind of crazy to watch. Just two dudes.
Bunch of nerds.
I would say, sorry, 2 people across the table, and they're just like,
They got their
go,
hand-
brrrr, and it's over.
They got their hands on the table and they go, or they've lifted, look at it, and then put it down, and they go, okay, I'm ready. Beep. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's exactly
That's
how it
exactly
goes.
it.
You think they train their fingers?
And the other
Good.
kid's
yeah.
crying because he was 0.3 seconds behind
Yeah.
the other dude. And you're like, ah.
Tommy Cherry holds record of 14.61 seconds for a blindfolded solve.
Oh, those are crazy.
Jeez, that's all. See, it's all memory. And then Max Park holds record of 6.82 seconds for a one-handed solve. That's that guy's fondling Rubik's cubes.
That guy's finding Rubik's cubes all day.
Mr. Steal Your Girl, man.
Yeah. I know. How does it work is what you want to get into, because that's the segment. How does it work? Standard Rubik's Cube measures 5.6 centimeters.
Yeah.
You know, that's less than 7 inches, probably with conversion. So 2.25 inches on each side. Consists of 26 unique miniature cubes, also known as cubies or cubelets. Got the cubies.
Cubelets.
Guys, one hand in the cubies. Each of those.
Hey, Mom, I'm going to tickle the cubelets for a little while. Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. That started a bunch of punishments.
No, you will sit here and eat your dinner.
Don't you dare go to your room.
Don't
Play
tickle
with
your cubelets at dinner. Mom, the cubelets.
So each of these include a concealed inward extension that interlocks with other cubes while permitting them to move into different locations. The center cube, though, on each one is fixed and they only rotate. So
Yeah.
that's a helpful thing if you're are trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. The center ones don't really move.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Dude, the lava lamp, the Rubik's Cube, the philosophies that are built into these.
It's simple.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Simple. Refined.
They're affixed to the core. So these provide the structure for the other ones to fit and rotate around. Hence, there are 21 pieces, a single core piece consisting of 3 intersecting axes holding 6 center squares in place, but letting them rotate 20 smaller plastic pieces that fit to form the assembled puzzle.
Beauty.
So, yeah, with that, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff. We'll put the links in. That's the basics. It's, you got the center, all the center pieces, and then they're all fixed in. There's screws involved that you can tighten and loosen if you want a faster cube.
Tune your cube.
Doing your
Your
cube.
cube, bruh.
Here's what I wanted to get into for the nerds after you go figure out how it's done. This springs and screws and stuff. There are several dozens, nay, hundreds. No, I was wrong. Thousands. Wait, quintillion permutations of a Rubik's Cube.
Wow.
Several quintillion permutations.
Several quintillion.
43 quintillion permutations of a Rubik's Cube.
So like quintillion times 43.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how many. That's a lot of zeros.
Sorry, I was trying really hard to sound smart there.
It's like the Forrest Gump of Rubik's Cubes. Like,
Yeah.
life's like a Rubik's Cube. Never know what permutation you're going to get.
Yes. Exactly. That's what it should be. Tom Hanks, we
Do you
need
want to just do the show? Do you want to
Yeah.
you just take this one away because you've been killing.
If there were enough Rubik's Cubes to actually make all those permutations, the Earth surface would be covered 275 times.
And if they're 2.5 inches times 200,
2.25.
2.25 times 200, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Beep, beep,
That's
beep.
definitely taller than a human.
Oh,
Definitely.
with
At least.
conversion,
It's at
that's-
least 7 meters.
Swimming
There's
all those
yeah.
cubelets.
There's so many there. It's all out there, but so many factoids. I wanted to give this a shot before we moved on and end this segment. 43 quintillion, 252 quadrillion, 3 trillion, 274 billion, 489,800 56,000 permutations. Wow. Think about it.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's it. All right, man. We are just going to jump into this because I know that our regular listeners out there know what this is all about. For those of you who have never seen us do the segment based on a true story, I have a headline. I'm going to pitch it to Luke, and Luke and I are essentially going to create a movie on the spot and pitch it to executive humpback, DJ Humpback.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. I'm ready to rock your socks off with this pitch.
So tell us about your studio a little bit, just so the listeners know.
It's an aquatic studio based in Southern California. We do a lot of whale movies. We actually did Free Willy 6 back in the 90s, and that's we specialize in aquatic movies. Humpback Studios.
Well, I'm gonna try to convince you to get out of your comfort zone, which is gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. We don't exactly have something aquatic themed, but maybe on the fly we'll think of something that works for you. Okay, so this is my partner Luke. We want to make a movie, and it's based on a true story about a New Zealand city that took its official wizard off the payroll after over 2 decades of him being on the payroll.
Wow. Wow. So this wizard, he's, got, you want to read that back one more time?
Sure. A New Zealand city is taking its official wizard off the payroll after 2 decades.
I'm ready.
This is a serious movie, okay?
Very serious.
This is very serious. So I'll take it from the top. So we opened flying over the beautiful country of New Zealand where they filmed Lord of the Rings, and we're going to try to capture some of that charm.
Some of the ocean, too.
Some of the ocean, where
they got
Gold
whales in the
Coast and
ocean.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see some ocean.
Yeah.
We'll see some whales.
Mm.
But then we're going to go into the land, and we're going to fly into this small little cottage, and it's occupied by New Zealand's official wizard, whose name is
Bumblebee Snozzbort.
Bumblebee Snozzbort is distraught because he's just got a letter from the official government in New Zealand that he is going to be taken off the payroll. He has not sufficiently held up his end of the bargain over the last couple of years. After 2 decades of being in the service of New Zealand, they're just like, there's not enough magical problems for you to solve. In fact, there's no magical problems to solve because magic doesn't exist.
And, Bumblebee, he's infuriated because, the Snozzborts for generations have protected New Zealand from magical threats. And he's arguing he's done his job too well because, like people fixing their stuff, like, you have a mechanic come in and, you want to leave it a little off the rocker. So, you got people, keep people coming back. So, Bumblebee Snozzbort, he's probably the best wizard of his family lineage since, from the great, what was his grandfather's name? Great-grandfather's name?
Gray Squirrel Thumbtack.
Yeah. So, Gray Squirrel Thumbtack, Snozzbort, he, developed the arts of the Snozzbort wizardry, passed it along, and now Bumblebee Snozzbort is he's crushing it. He's all these threats that he knows about. He's kept it under wraps.
So he's strong. He's strong.
Always so
Who's
strong.
playing this guy? Give me some pizzazz. Somebody with some fun. What are we doing?
See, we were thinking Ian McKellen, but he's kind of like already done that, and that's like too much on the nose.
We couldn't go to his angel.
But he's
with
a
that.
strong. So he's more like a Jason Momoa, like an Aquaman type wizard, because he's from the ocean, right?
I could get down with Jason Momoa.
Like Jason Momoa. We should maybe go with that.
Okay.
You make Jason Momoa happen.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Jason
okay.
Momoa is playing Bumblebee Snozzbort.
Okay, all right.
And
I like that.
So so that's our setup in the first act. He's like in distress and through some flashbacks interacting with Gray Squirrel Thumbtack Snozzbort. He's essentially just like his grandfather was really impactful on him. And like maybe we get Ian to come in and do that as like a like homage to, the world Peter built,
Yeah.
And so he's there and his girlfriend, who's not a wizard and doesn't know he's a wizard, she comes in, tries to comfort him. There's like this steamy kind of like romantic scene we're gonna shoot it. We don't have to keep it in the movie, but we'll have it there if we want to make it more of an adult. Like we don't want this to be Harry Potter. We want some sauciness in this. So
what we can do maybe to tie in to the studio, maybe she's like a marine aquatic biologist.
Marine biologist. Yeah, got it. Good call, Luke. Good call.
Yeah. SeaWorld stuff.
SeaWorld stuff.
I like it.
So anyway, in the meantime, we've established these characters, and he's on his way to go fight for his job. But in the background, we go and meet a dark, sinister character.
Yeah.
And this is essentially our dark wizard. And this guy's name is Sassafras Molasses Dingleberry.
He's got a little southern flair to him.
Yeah.
Sassafras Molasses is essentially his lineage is the complete opposite of the Snozzborts.
Okay.
Yeah. For generations, they've been at war. And Gray Squirrel Thumbtack and Sassafras Molasses had this big, epic battle. And, they say, New Zealand used to be far greater than it is.
Yeah.
Until
it was so powerful that it was literally obliterating parts of the continent and blew it off of the Australian coast. This is a lot of lore. We're building a lot of lore in the first 30 minutes. Okay. Sassafras Molasses is mortal. The Dingleberries live really long and they have woven these dark spells. Anyway, the whole thing is setting up for the second act where essentially Sassafras Molasses takes over New Zealand and starts potentially launching a full world takeover with his magical powers. The government of New Zealand is like, oh no, we're sorry. We're really sorry. We're sorry, Snozzbort. We really freaked up and now we're wrong. You proved us right. And so Snozzbort tries to beat Sassafras, but he just can't in the first 20 minutes of the second act. So he's got to go into the road of trials. He's got to train and learn new spells. His girlfriend, whose name is Molly, the marine biologist, she introduces him to some of her aquatic friends, and they have this oceanic. We were gonna set it in a volcano or up in the mountains, but I think we should just go down to the coast and make this more of a marine,
kind of like a water world.
Be in touch with the ocean.
Yeah, he can have powers over the ocean, stuff like that, and he can communicate with the marine animals.
And the idea is to build this into a franchise where essentially Bumblebee has to go through each of the elements. So this could be the water film to kick it all off, and so then we're gonna do earth and fire and wind and just keep going,
give him
a franchise,
a cool weapon, it's a spear with tips on 3 tips on it,
3 try
a trident.
Yeah, trident.
Yeah, maybe give him one of those.
Like the gum, you could get some sponsorship
gum,
involved. Yeah, you could get some sponsorship. So anyway, Bumblebee Snozzbort is on this epic journey. He trains up with Molly. Sassafras Molasses is taken over, and he's essentially this evil warlord at this point. And New Zealand just gets transformed into this place of evil creatures. There's some sort of MacGuffin that they have to go get, which could be the trident.
Yeah.
I'll forget about what. Hold on the McMuffins for a second. Who's Molly? Who's we need some pizzazz in here,
Yeah. Who do you like?
So, see, the thing is, she's been out of the scene for a long time, and we just got in touch after the Super Bowl. Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, I love Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
I think she can make a good comeback in this movie.
Yeah.
She's looking good. She's ready to be back on screen, and her and Jason, I think, would just be cool natural fits.
Yeah.
So Molly, the marine biologist, throw on some thick lens glasses and nice rims. Yeah. It'd be great. So anyway, you know how the story goes. The good triumphs over evil. There's a big showdown. You might blow off that little island of New Zealand, blow that up. That's essentially where the whole thing takes part.
Sweet.
But then Bumblebee, Snozzbort, essentially, after defeating Sassafras Molasses, all the dark magic that he did is undone, and the rest of New Zealand from times past rises out of the ocean and reveals Atlantis, which sets up our next film, which is about Bumblebee Snozzbort. He changes his name to Butterfly Snozzbort because of his transformation.
Yeah, it's a whole metamorphosis that he's like, I have to go into my slumber, and then kind of like that. After the credits, you see the cocoon cracking open
because he was mortally wounded in his battle with Sassafras, and Molly cried, and her tears magic.
Her tears flooded the world, probably.
Yeah, I like at least that part of New Zealand.
Okay,
that part of New Zealand. Yeah,
yeah, I like the island. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
I think that's basically
how much this is going to cost me.
Oh, he gets his job back.
That was well, that's the last thing.
They offered him the job, but he died.
He turns it down because he's dying. He's like, I would love to come back as the wizard, but I'm dying.
So who's gonna take over for Bumblebee Snozzbort?
I mean, that's the
Well, Butterfly Snozzbort in the sequel.
But yeah, that's information for you. But just so you know that we want part 2 coming out of this.
Yeah.
But we leave that as like, is he dead?
Post-credit scene is the cocoon breaks open a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Run it
So
by.
you said how much is it going to cost you?
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably do this on like an $85 million budget.
Yeah.
But the key is going to be the marketing. So we're looking for like $100 million in marketing to like release it when it's
100 million in marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the key for all of these. You get it out there. We got to make sure we got the influencers out there, the billboards,
Exactly.
all the good stuff.
Well, this is
It's all about
you got to remember this is a family company here at
Yeah.
Humpback Studio. So how are you gonna? Who else can we partner with? It's family oriented.
Well, all the 100 million is all about merchandising, man. Selling those Trident gum dispensers.
Maybe we can get in touch with Fortnite.
Some Fortnite characters coming out of this. Sassafras Molasses plays Sassafras Molasses.
Get
Come
the
on.
action figures.
You could
stuffed animals.
Start your own line of molasses that's like sassafras flavored. I think you got you got food product lines, toys,
And even with the sequel, we have a lot of material that we've been writing up for a prequel. The whole Sassafras Molasses and Gray Squirrel Thumbtack history.
oh, okay.
We got to think about that.
Who are playing those guys?
Well, we had even Ian McKellen,
Ian
as a
McKellen.
cameo.
but then we'd
Cameo.
have to do like a younger version.
Mark Strong is our villain.
Yeah.
I know he dips in there a lot and plays a lot of like villainous, wizardy magic types, but
Okay, if we can make that Michael Caine, that'd be
Michael Caine versus Jason Momoa. I'm down for that. And listen, his whole family's gonna get introduced in the prequel. You got Pufferfish Blowhard. You got
I love pufferfish.
you got Red Squirrel.
Oh.
You got Red Squirrel.
What's a land animal?
Red Squirrel Hot Plate. Red Squirrel Hot. Sorry.
Yeah,
I think there's a humpback in there.
there's a
We
humpback.
can make one.
Humpback.
Oh,
I'm sure we could.
Humpback turtle dove. Come on, man. All the Snozzborts
love
are gonna
turtles.
be in there.
Yeah.
Love turtles and humpback
Turtles.
whale.
So then we'll just say humpback turtle.
Yeah.
No turtle dove. Get rid of the
Yeah,
birds.
I like this. I like this movie a
Get
lot.
aquatic. Get the avian.
Hit him with the name, Luke. Hit him with the name of the movie.
Well, so at first we were thinking, the fantastical stories of Snozzbort, but that was, kind of lame, because the focus group that we tested it on, they were like, wait, that's Harry Potter, basically. So then we kind of took it back to the workshop and
The Magical Workshop.
magical workshop,
Which we call our writing studio.
the writing, a lot of magic happening, and really it's kind of like a tug at the heartstrings, and what the basis of this is, it's the fight for New Zealand, and in its depths of its core, and we're calling it Snozzbort Homecoming. No good. Okay, we'll come up with something.
We'll workshop
We'll
it.
workshop
We'll
it.
magical workshop that.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Okay.
I got an idea. Hear me out. Hear me out, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life Aquatic.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it because we got Jason Momoa in there. He's got tridents.
We might have to put like Life
Yeah.
Aquatic Man in there just
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
differentiate
Life Aquatic
from
Man.
the what was the movie? There was a Life Aquatic from Wes
No.
Anderson.
I
Yeah.
don't
Oh, was there?
Yeah. Life
Wes
Aquatic,
Anderson. Well, so
So we
he's
do
gonna
Life
shoot this.
Aquatic Man. We'll
Okay.
be
So
all
this
right.
is a sequel to that, but then we'll have the prequel. Okay.
So we got a sequel
All
to
right.
the prequel. Yeah.
Pre-prequel.
It's good stuff.
100 million. Okay. All right.
I love it.
I'm thinking theme parks. We can do theme park.
We could get
Bro.
some theme park.
Life
park.
Aquatic Man.
Life Aquatic Man theme park.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we get it. We get it. You gonna do this with us? You gonna
like
shake my hand?
You guys got yourself a deal.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
You look after your mate, and your mate will always look after you. Yeah,
So-
cheers.
This is our Aussie news segment of the podcast, and it's just something that we've done for a long time, since probably episode 1. And we have been finding a lot of heartwarming stories from down there. This one, the headline is Outback Community Rallies to Help Find Lost Teddy Bear. And this teddy bear went on a journey, my man. It started off, this is the movie we should have pitched. I'll tell you right now.
Hey.
5,000 kilometer cross country journey of a family The father was taking pictures with this stuffed animal with his son, doing all these little activities.
That's more than 7 miles just with conversion, if you're wondering.
Way more than 7 miles. And, he's an older dad. They take a photo. They get in the car. They're driving away. And he hears that thing that every parent dreads. Where's Teddy?
I thought it was going to be something else.
And they were like a half day already gone. So they had gotten to their location, and this guy reads as kind of like a half-assed kind of dad, though. He's like, he's literally quoted as saying, I could have gone back, but he might not have been there. So it would have been a wasted trip. I was like, wow, okay, buddy. Thankfully, the mom jumped in. She went to Facebook. She posted, looking for missing teddy bear. Looks like this. They had all these pictures from the trip. And they the kid was sad. They went to bed. The next day, they had all these comments of all these people in the towns they had been through. And they said, we'll take a look. Where was the last time you saw him? And all these people from their road trip, from all these towns, just were like sleuthing to figure out where this bear was, this little teddy bear. Some guy who's like a cattle rancher or something way out in the boonies saw the last picture of where the bear was. It was like, that's 20 kilometers from my house. So he went out there.
Less than 7 miles.
Sure enough, the bear was sitting in the exact same spot where he was in the picture. Takes the bear back to his house, tells the family, hey, I found the bear. This is great. They were so excited. The kid was through the roof. And the story gets better. How does this get better? It's even better. This is the movie we should have put. The thing is...
They made Toy Story already.
Yeah, they already made Toy Story. But again, the dad is the villain in this movie. I just realized it. He wouldn't drive back to get the bear. So the mom asked if there were people like driving through, and this bear hitchhiked from the place all the way to the town that they had moved to. And people were volunteering, and they would drop it off and like exchange this bear. And somebody built him a little bear backpack and had him with a little roll up sleeping bag and had him like drive in. And it was so heartwarming. The saddest thing, the part that broke my heart, like completely shattered it, was the cattle rancher posted a picture of him and the bear watching like one last sunset together. Oh. And it was just like, it's been good, mate. It's been real good. And that'll do. And he's got like, yeah, that'll do, Bear. They're
both sitting there with a cold Foster's like, this is going to be a nice one, mate. Thank you.
And so little Teddy eventually got back to his Johnny, his Billy, his whatever. And they were reunited. No thanks to the dad.
Hey, come on. Give him some credit. I'd read his book.
What really happened? I'd read his book. Best-selling author, Jerk Dad. Get it today. Canberra bestseller. Anyway, that's it for Aussie News, guys. So that's a heartwarmer.
Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.